So as you were at the top of the Eredivise, as Ajax continue to do what they do best and win another football match. What's going to happen this midweek when they're in action again? We'll take a look at it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction show today. We're taking a look at match number 19 at the Eredivise. And we'll get to that. Oh, yes, we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new to the channel, stop what you're doing, swallow what you're doing, and hit the old subscribe button to get your bang up today with all things Blab and Rose related, Eredivise related. Woo! Football here on Waruski. That's right, Ajax. Squeaky bum time with a close win over Fortuna Sittard. But of course, keeping up the heat, it is VT's Arnhem coming out on top with a win themselves. Take a look at that in a minute. I want a big shout out, of course, to La Patrianos supporting the channel behind the scenes. I really appreciate it, guys, especially through times just like these, which are pretty grim across the world, of course, and we still continue to struggle through this. But yeah, big shout out to those guys. Anyone else out there that wants to join that illustrious band of men and women, check out the link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. So here we go, of course. Double match week this week, of course. Midweek matches on Tuesday onwards till Thursday. So let's take a look at it. Of course, kicking all back on, of course, Friday the 22nd of January. It was a big goal fest on this one. 4 goals in it. 3-1 winner for Zwolle over Willem II. Actually with a 1-1 draw myself. I didn't do good this week out on the old Dutchies. Reza Kukucharabat, I believe he's a former Charlton man. Got himself a hat trick today, so he's probably getting up there in the old goal scoring charts. I'm just going to have a quick Google him. I believe he's 33 years of age. Yes, he is formerly of Charlton. Only got a couple of goals. So she's been all over the place. Playing in Cyprus, been in Australia, of course the Dutchlands, and Belgium, of course. Man of the world, of course. Iran international, or formerly anyway. He got himself 3 goals. Kawazi Okeri got himself a goal for Wilhelm. But he also got himself a red card, so he saw the only just the first half of football. The second half he was not there. Kicking off further, actually went with a 1-1 draw. My picks on the right, the real deals on the left. Den Haag against Emmen ended up all square, nothing to see here. 2-1 for me. Shame on me. Meanwhile, of course, second place VT's Arm kept up the heat with a win, with a 1-0 win over Groningen. Recaldi Bazur with the win. Actually went with a 2-0 win, not too shabby. Big win for them. Just 3 points adrift of VTs. Could they do it? Could they go all the pissing way and, of course, take the title away from Ajax? We'll have to wait and see. PSV Eindhoven, they took care of business against RKC. Waalwijk 2-0 in the end. Uren Sahavi on the score with Pablo Rosario as well, giving themselves the win. Actually went with a 3-0 win. Not too bad. Heracles Almelo, though, picking up a cheeky win themselves. 1-0 win over Heerenveen. Dulano Bugazoks with the late win of them on the 80th minute to give them the win. Of course, push them up to 11th in the table. On the flip side, Heerenveen on a bit of wobbly form at the moment without a win in a while. I actually thought they would get something out of this, but unfortunately didn't think they'd get. I thought they would actually get a point. Meanwhile, Fortuna Sittard against Ajax. It was close. It was a 2-1 win in the end. Ajax coming out top with a goal. Sebastian Haller with another one. Sebastian Polter as well with a big fat OG. Mikael Turpan with a goal for Sittard. Sebastian Polter also got himself sent off. Absolute nightmare for him. An O goal and of course a red card. One to forget. Of course, actually went with a 3-0 win. Not too bad. Our boys 20 did lose to VVV-Venlo. With a 1-0 win in the end. Actually went with a 2-1 win going in favour of our boys. Torio Hunte on the score sheet for Venlo. Getting themselves a valuable 3 points as well. Kicking on further, Utrecht beat Sparta with a 1-0 win. Actually went with a 2-0 win for Sparta myself. Goals on the day, or Ottomani Busardi getting the 1-0 goal for Utrecht, giving them the win. Of course, the last minute.com 5-goal thriller at Feyenoord over AZ Alkmaar. It's actually, AZ Alkmaar actually came out top with the win. 3-2 for them to move them up to the top 4. Feyenoord, of course, hanging on at the moment. Goals from Jesper Karlsson, Murray and Boadu with a couple of goals. Nikolai Jorgensen and Mark Dimas getting the goals for Feyenoord as they lost. As you see, just got myself 3 out of 9, which is pretty shitty in my grand scheme of things. I'm usually pretty good over here in the Dutchlands, but not this week. Let's take a look at, of course, the leaderboard or the table as it stands. Ajax 3 points clear over VT's Arnhem, who are actually 1 point clear over PSV. AZ Alkmaar making the charge themselves up the table. They're looking very, very good at the moment. Unbeaten in at least 6 games. In fact, one of the, if not the top team in the moment form-wise, alongside Ajax, of course. What have we gone on here? Let me have a quick scan of this. This looks all shitty gritty. Let me just change that up. Let's change it up. I can't see it. There it is. What have I done here? Let's get rid of that shit and make it beautiful, just like that. There we go. We're going to plough on anyway. Down the foot of the table, Willem II, FC Emmen going down. Den Haag not too far away either. Let's kick it on, of course. Take a look at how you got on with, of course, your predicaciones. Let's get into it. 0 to 2, you're in the ship-face gang. 3 to 6, 7, you're in straight-face club. 7 plus, you're in the top bins. And look at it's Patreon sign. And you want to be a Patreon? Get stuck in the old description down below. Let's take a look at yours, of course. Russell Frost, well done to you. You did good, but you didn't do top-notch, but you did very, very good. Omaji Ojo, he did all right as well. Well done, of course. Omaji Esquivel, not too bad as well. Omaji Monday did bits. Jalen Lenders, not too shabby. Nathan Heaver also did very, very well, of course. Yannick Buster did bits. Matt Gunn also did good. Dylan Cruz did also very, very well. Okay, did okay. Tom Stainer did very, very well. Jamie BACFC are great, and you are great as well. Look at that. Take a bow, Sunshine, in the corner. That's a big fat thumbs up to you. Of course, Lars123 also well played to you, son. Well done indeed. I'm stringing did bits. Miniaka did okay. Koyaki or Koate also did a bit. Oh, Mamir, well done to you, of course. Shepard also did very, very well. Look at Shepard stepping up to the plate. Of course, Gaming Charlie also did very, very well. Let's take a look at the leaderboard for this weekend, this week alone. Let's take a look at it. If your name is Miniaka or Jamie Carly, just go get yourself a nice brew now because you don't want to see this. But if your name is James BCFC, are great. Lars123 or Shepard, you are royalty. We are in your presence. We're royal presence in your company. Of course, Russell Frost just outside of it, of course, as he tries to keep up the heat at the top of the table. Let's take a look at the overall leaderboard. Who is the overall king, the Uber King, should we say, for the Dutchies? It is, of course, Russell Frost. He's starting to dominate in a couple of leagues, showing his, of course, nous in a lot of these games. But, of course, Matt Gunner's not too far away either, as is Omaji Monday. He's not too far away. Animal Mascaville and Yannick Buster in the top 5. But it could all change, of course, double match week. Let's get into it. Of course, taking a look at the next round of matches, kicking off on the 26th. That is Tuesday. It'll be PEC Zwolle up against Heracles Almelo. Let's get into it. Of course, play each other in the past 32 times. 16 wins for PEC, 10 wins for Heracles, and of course 6 bloody draws. But the last 6 sees 3 for Zwolle, 2 for Heracles, and 1 bloody draw last time around. Or heading into this, I don't even know. Heracles Almelo coming into this. Where are they? In the 11th spot. Actually, just 2 defeats past 6. Not too shabby. PEC Zwolle, they're actually in 12th spot at the moment. So these two sides pretty much neck and neck. Just 1 win the past 4 games for PEC. A win for PEC. They could go up as high as 9th. On the flip side, Heracles Almelo could go up as high as 8th in the table. We have the bookies odds on this one, 13 to 10 for PEC, 30 to 5 is your draw, 50 to 8 is your Hercules on this. I'm going to back on this one. I think it's tight, but I'm going to give it a 1-0 win. You can just about see it go into Hercules. Kicking on further, though, we have FC Emmen, taking, of course, PSV. The pitches just 4 times past 2 wins for PSV. Nothing for Emmen and 2 draws, of course. But the last 6, or the last 4, or in those last 4, the last time around, should I say, in Emmen was a 1-1 draw back in December 2019. The goal scores Daniel Schwab on the score sheet for PSV, Marco Kohler as well, Glenn Bilgi on the score sheet or got himself sent off for Emmen. Of course, the picture that owner in the campaign was over in Eindhoven. It was a 2-1 win for PSV. Noni Makude on the score sheet with Maximo Romero. Yvonne Mugvongo with a big for OG, giving Emmen some hope, but they, of course, didn't get the win. Emmen have actually failed to win their last 18 matches in Eredivisie. They've also conceded 3 goals in the last 5, in fact, the last 6. They're coming into this. Without a win in 6, of course, 5 defeats in the past 6. The only positive was a draw, which was, of course, the last time around. On the flip side, 3 wins on the spin for PSV and just 1 defeat in the past 6 for them. So they're looking pretty, pretty good for themselves form-wise. Of course, look at the situation out in the bookies on this one. We have 9-1 for Emmen, 10-3 on for PSV, and 17-4 is your draw. Of course, Emmen are bottom of the table and they're rooted. Even if they get a win, they can only close in on maybe 17th, but can't overtake them. As for PSV, they come into this in 3rd, and for them, they could actually go as high as 2nd in the bloody league. I've gone with a big 3-1 win for PSV away from home to get the 3 points. Again, put the pressure on the top 2. Kicking it further, we have Groningen up against Den Haag. Let's get into it and then play each other in the past. 83 times, 39 wins for Groningen, 12-6 wins for Den Haag, and 18 bloody draws. But the last 63 for Groningen, 1 for Den Haag, and 2 bloody draws last round in Groningen was back in March 2019. Lex Immers with a big fat OG, giving Groningen the 3 points. However, they played each other earlier in the season. It was also a 1-0 win for Groningen in Den Haag. That was back in September, of course, with the goal scorer of the day, Shaquille Penis with a big fat OG. So back-to-back OGs in recent encounters anyway. Heading into this, Groningen undefeated in 13 last 14 home matches against Den Haag in all comps. Whereas Den Haag actually failed to win 13 last 14 matches in the Eredivisie this time around. They come into this though. Den Haag 1 win in the past 6 games. That 1 was against Waalwijk all the way back in the 9th of Jan. On the flip side, just 1 defeat in the past 4 games for Groningen. That 1 defeat was against Vitesse Arnhem just the other day. In fact, just last time around. A look at the situation out with the bookies on this one then, shall we? We have Groningen actually 9-4 on for the victory, 50-4 is your draw. 11-2 is your Den Haag on this this one. Of course, Den Haag coming in 16th. That's the relegation playoffs, but a win for them. They could actually go as high as 15th in the bloody league. As for Groningen, they come in 6th. And for them, they could actually close in on 5th. They can't get there in the end. I've got to go with on this one. I've got to go with Groningen with a 2-1 win to take the points, or keep the points in Groningen. Next up, we have AZ Alkmaar taking on Utrecht. Of course, played each other in the past 90 times. 42 wins for AZ, 32 wins for Utrecht, and 16 bloody draws. But the last 6, it's 2 wins apiece and 2 bloody draws. Of course, AZ Alkmaar have actually won the last 5 of the last 6 matches at home, and whereas Utrecht have actually failed to win 11 of the last 12 matches on the road. Look at the situation at the bookies on this one then. 65 on for AZ, 14-5 is your 40-5 is also your away win. Utrecht coming into this, of course, in 8th spot at the moment, just one defeat the last 6. AZ Alkmaar in for 4th, and like I said, one of the form teams, if not the form team in the division, winning 3 on the spin and unbeaten in the last 6, if not more than that. Utrecht, a win for them in 8th. They could actually go, they can't go anywhere, they'll be stuck in 8th. They can get ever closer. AZ Alkmaar, though, win for them. They could potentially go up to 3rd in the table with a bit of a goal swing as well. Going to go with a 2-0 with AZ Alkmaar to take the points. Or keep them again, like I said before, in AZ Alkmaar's territory. Next up, we have RKC Waalwijk. They play each other against Sittard 41 times. 14 wins for Waalwijk, 15 wins for Sittard, and 12 bloody draws. But the last 6 sees 2 wins for Waalwijk, 3 for Sittard, and 1 bloody draw. Last round in Waalwijk was a 1-1 draw back in the Juniper League, which I believe is the division below. That's back in April 2018. It was a 1-1 draw. Goodness gracious me. Dylan Says on the score sheet with Lars Houghton as well. They've all split each other this season. Back in Sittard, it was a 2-1 win for Fortuna. Of course, goals on the day. Sebastian Polter, Alessandro Semedo as well. Finch Stoker's getting the one to go for RKC Waalwijk. Waalwijk have actually failed to win the last 7 matches in the division. They come into this. Waalwijk come into this without a win in 6, at least 6. Sittard come into this winning 3 and losing 3 in the past 6 games. Look at this bookies on this one. We have RKC 8-5 for the victory, 25 is your draw, 31-20 is your Sittard. Sittard come into this in 13th for the win for them. They could actually go as high as, goodness gracious me, 9th in the table. Okay, goodness. Meanwhile, Fortuna Sittard. Waalwijk from 15th, they could close in on 14th, but they need a bit more. They need a bit of more of a swing to get out of that drop zone if they want to get avoid to get sucked into a relegation battle. I've gone with on this one a 0-0 draw. Next up, VVV-Venlo up against VVV Arnhem. Picture the 6 times for the past 6, just 6 wins for VVV-Venlo, 15 wins for VVTs, and 5 bloody draws. But the last 6 sees 4 for VVTs, 2 draws, and nothing for VVV-Venlo. Last time around in VVV-Venlo was a 4-0 win for VVVTs. Of course, back in October 2019, Brian Linson with a couple of goals, and Rabici Bazur, Nufo Diko on the score sheet for VVTs Arnhem. They've also played, no, they haven't. They've not played each other this season, but heading into this, VVTs have actually won their last 4 matches in the of course, top flight. They've actually won the last 5 matches in all competitions, including the Dutch Cup. On the flip side, VVV are also unbeaten in the last 5, picking up 4 wins and a draw to boot in all comps. Of course, heading into this though, VVV 17-4 for the victory, 10-3 is your draw, 7-4 on is your VTs. VTs come into this, of course, in 2nd spot, and with them they could actually go. Oh yeah, to the bottom, big pet. Of course, VVV-Venlo into 14th at the moment, but a win for them. They could actually go as high as 9th in the end. I've gone with a win for VTs to keep the heat on Ajax. Of course, Heerenveen up against final. This one's fruity. They played each other in the past. How many times? 63 times, 15 wins for Heerenveen, 30 wins for Feyenoord, and 18 bloody draws. But the last 6, 5 for Feyenoord, nothing for Heerenveen, and 1 bloody draw. Last time around in Heerenveen was a 1-win for Feyenoord. That was in the Dutch Cup. Of course, that was back in February 2020. Leroy Fur on the score sheet. Last time I played in Heerenveen in the league was back in 2019 in August, and there was a 1-1 draw. Ibrahim Dresevic on the score sheet with Stephen Bourgeois getting the goal for Feyenoord. They also played each other this season. In Feyenoord was a 3-0 win for Feyenoord. That was back in 23rd of December. Brian Linson with a hat-trick, of course. Heerenveen actually failed to win the last 11 matches in Eredivise, and they come into this just 1 win in the past 6 games in all competitions. That was against FC Emmen in the Cup. On the flip side, just 1 win in the past 3 games for Feyenoord. That was against Heracles, losing to Ajax, and losing AZ Alkmaar. They're the ones that you got to win if you're going to make a push up the table. Look at the situation and the bookies on this one. Heerenveen are actually 11-4 for the victory. 11-4 is the draw. 2017 on is your Feyenoord. Feyenoord come into this in, of course, 5th, and win for them they could go 4th. Heerenveen are actually in 9th, and win for them they could actually go as high as 8th in the table. Yes, in DDO. I've gone with, on this one, gone with a 2-0 win for Feyenoord to take the 3 points. Kicking off further, we have Sparta up against, of course, my boys FC 20. They played each other 110 times past. 32 wins for Rotterdam. That's Sparta, 53 wins for 20 and 25 draws, of course. But the last 6 sees 2 for Sparta, 3 for 20, and 1 bloody draw last time around in 20. Well, last time around is Sparta. was a 2-1 win for Sparta. That's back in October 2019. Goodness gracious me, goals are good on this one. Harley Devalosoglu, Brian Smeets as well. Kevin Verdonk on the score sheet for 20 with Julio Pezaguilzo. Got himself sent off. They played each other earlier in the campaign. In 20, it was a 2-0 win for Sparta. That's back in the 22nd of December. Heading into this, it was a 2-0 win for Sparta. Sparta actually lost their last 3 home matches, but 20 have actually scored at least 2 goals in their last 5 on the road. They come into this though, 20 just won in the past 5. That one was against Emmen, back on the 9th of Jan, first win, first match of 2021. On the flip side, just 1 win in the past 4 games for Sparta. That was against Fortuna Sittard, of course. Heading into this, though, the bookies' odds on this one. What do we have in the bookies' odds? Sparta. Come into this. This is on Thursday, the 28th of Jan. 5-4 for Sparta, 30-5 is your draw. 2-1 is your 20. 20 come into this in, of course, 7th. A win for them, they could go 6th. Sparta come into this, and of course, 10th spot, but a win for them, they could actually go 8th in the table. This one's tight. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. And wrapping it up, baby. Ajax taking on, of course, Wilhelm II. They played each other 92 times in the past. 75 wins for Ajax, 10 wins for Wilhelm. There's been 7 draws in the past. Over the last 6, he's 4 for Ajax, 1 for Wilhelm, and 1 bloody draw. Last time around in Amsterdam was a 2-0 win for Wilhelm II. Mike Trezor with a big fat penalty. Tamir Dankaluli on the score sheet for Wilhelm, of course. So yeah, goodness gracious me. So in fact, Wilhelm actually unbeaten the last 2, picking up a draw last round in Wilhelm, which was earlier in the campaign, of course, back on the 23rd of December. Ajax have actually won 18 of the last 22 home matches in the Eredivisie, whereas Wilhelm have actually failed to win the last 12 on the road. They come into this though, Ajax 4 wins on the spin in all competitions. Meanwhile, 3 defeats in the past 4 games for Waalwijk. That were the other note was a draw between RKC Waalwijk, of course. The bookies odds will be nailed on, of course. 12-1 on for Ajax, 10-1 is your draw, 20-1 is your long shots. Wilhelm II come into this in the drop zone, but a win for them, they could actually go as high as 16th. Ajax, of course, top of pops in a draw or more. We'll see them go oh yeah, the win in the end. Of course, we're going to go with Ajax on this one. Nailed on 3-0 in the end. And if I'm right, which I better hope so, this is what the table will look like at the end of it. Yes, it would. Ajax will be, of course, 3 points, as you were, clear of VT's Eindhoven in second, who remain where they are. Meanwhile, PSV stay the same, as do AZ Alkmaar, Feyenoord also in 5th. It's pretty much as you were in the top 7. As for the foot of the table, FC Emmen and Willem II, also as you were there. Of course, Den Haag also in that relegation discussion as well, but not much decided between those two. So be sure to get your picks in us early for this. And of course, we'll be back, of course, for the next round of matches. I think we're going to be doing them on Thursday. It might be Friday, depending on how we are for time. But be sure to give the video some love and smash that thumbs up. Smash your subscribe as well. Be sure to check out the links down below. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and all that kind of jazz. And again, if you want to support the channel in another way, you could become the latest member of the Patreon gang. If you're interested, there is a link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. I do appreciate the patrons. They do add a extra bit of push for me to get myself out of bed each and every morning to provide the content. So I do appreciate those guys. And if you want to join those illustrious band of men, check out that link. But anyway, until then, though, be sure to be safe out there, mask up and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully next time around you'll be smiling because you'll be top of the pops out in the prediction.